except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is why I train in martial arts.
So this man in Anchorage, Alaska was harassed while he was jogging because he's black. This is going to definitely be under this is why I train in martial arts. So that I can have a cool head in a situation like this and so that you can protect yourself if things go sideways from the Karen. Of course, we can't use our techniques on law enforcement if it's a cop that's doing it. But a lot of times, it's like most of my run-ins that I've had with racist people, it hasn't been with cops. It's been with people doing stuff that's similar to this. And this way, if they attack you, or dare I say, even try to pull a gun or something on you, you may be able to respond, even if your response is just to keep a cool head.
Because he is black. KTVA 11's Daniela Rivera spoke with him today, and she joins us with the lesson he hopes we can all learn from this exchange. Daniela.
Well, that's right, Joe. Part of the confrontation was caught on camera, and the video has been shared widely on social media since Dwayne Ingram posted it Saturday. Many social media users have expressed shock that something like this happened here in Anchorage. Ingram said he was just as surprised to find himself on the receiving end of discrimination.
Now, I've been to Alaska. I have not been to Anchorage. I've been to Barrow. I've flown over Anchorage. And I do know while I was in Barrow, I didn't experience anything like this. So, it's a shock, but it's not because, and the thing is, he wasn't south of Canada, like the Malcolm X expression. He was north of Canada, but he was still south of the North Pole. He was still black.
Thank you for making me aware that it's very true that even today, as a black man, I still can't run through a neighborhood without being stopped, accosted, and harassed.
This is the confrontation that brought Dwayne Ingram to tears Saturday.
Now, I don't like the fact that they blurred her face because if I remember, I'm going to get a version of this video where her face isn't blurred because that was not a white woman that did that. That person was not white. That was a indigenous person that was profiling him because of the color of his skin. So that's why I say this offline. Now I'm going to say it online. White supremacy is not just something that they do over there. It's a mentality. Anybody can have a white supremacist or racist mindset. Now, I do understand why the people who follow the philosophies of people like Neely Fuller Jr. don't know who he is, look him up. While they say that only a white person can be racist, that's just in terms of who can wield the power over like all the people of color. You have to be white, logically. But that does not mean that somebody who has color themselves cannot do something racist towards another person who has color, or even towards a person who is white, but is just not in the same social position that they're in.
A woman stopped him toward the end of his run, asking why he was in the neighborhood.
Well, I appreciate the compliment, but I don't appreciate the discrimination.
In that moment, it became surreal, unreal. I mean, this was happening right before my eyes, and it was a real moment. So then I had all these fears, this rush of emotions, thinking, how is this going to end up? What if she calls the police? What if this happens?
Ingram was relieved when someone came walking by, and he asked them to take a video, which he later posted to social media. For a father raising 3 young men, the exchange became a teaching moment.
It's one of the positive things that I could use it as a teaching moment. Sort of on the sad side is that they saw their father, shed tears for the first time. But it also gave an opportunity for my oldest son, we hugged, and to be able to talk about this can happen, having a conversation. But the wonderful thing is,
I'm interrupting because, this ain't news to me. When you're a black parent, you have to have this type of conversation with your children. And here with Cecil Ryu Martial Arts, in addition to me saying martial arts is like practically a solution to everything, it's not, but I like to fantasize that it is. I do have a solution to this problem. It's a temporary solution, and a lot of people aren't going to like it because they're going to feel like you shouldn't have to because you have the right to. But it does solve the problem. But I'm going to let this play first, but it does solve a lot of this stuff.
I was able to talk to him about how people of all backgrounds, all colors, all races were reaching out to me with love and support. and to see that that's just one person, and don't let that one person reflect the entire community.
Exactly. And that's one thing. Some of the other articles I read, it was a whole community coming together for support for this guy. Let us continue.
As a black man with a passion for running, Ingram is used to taking extra precautions to stay safe.
Now in this moment, there's that hesitation. There's that fear of, okay, how do I look? You know, do I look like a runner so that I can present myself in any way that I'm not a threat?
But still,
Let me tell you, man, no matter how you present yourself, somebody, if they're delusional enough, is going to think that you're doing something, that you're up to something just because of the color of your skin. That's why you need to take a martial arts lesson. And some of you who want to come by the channel and go, oh man, just get a gun because you just got to shoot them. Just got to shoot them, right? I've been in situations where the cops have pulled over and came at me with guns blazing. You think I would have survived it if I had a gun too? But because I could breathe and stop and think from being yelled at and told to breathe while I'm doing forms, I am alive. So it's not just being able to go, Gah! It's about being able to hold that in when you need to. You know how when we're sparring and they tell us to stop our technique right just there, control that kick when they tell you that, to control your body right when you want to, you want to unleash it, but you can't because you want to demonstrate maximum force but not make contact. When you do your throw and you got to throw them properly with impact but not to kill them, when you learn that control can spread over into other parts of your character. Excuse me.
still, he says he never expected something like this to happen here in Anchorage. And that's why he shared the video.
I think back and I just wish someone would have came up and said, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? He's obviously just jogging. Leave him alone. You know, I think that's the next step, that as I found out, something I thought would never happen, be prepared that it could happen at any moment. And I'd hope and pray that you'd have the courage to step up and say that what's happening to this person is not right and you want to make a difference.
He hopes his experience will serve as...
That is integrity. Taekwondo tenet. Judo's slogan of mutual welfare and benefit.
a challenge to all of us to act as allies in instances of discrimination. Danielle.
And all you got to do is film it. I'm telling you, man, just filming it does one. Just film it. Don't go off, or like me, Jack for YouTube channel. Record it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything to them if you can. If you can help not saying it, just film it. Yeah, you just film it. Put it online. Don't say anything. Because if you say anything, you're an ist, and you're an ism, and you're the problem. You are. It's like saying I'm a thief because I call and say that somebody's breaking into my car. That makes me a thief. You sure you aren't the one breaking into the car? You know what I'm saying.
At this time, we've chosen to conceal the identity of the woman involved because we're still working to learn more about her. Ingram told me he holds no ill will toward her, and he doesn't want people to direct their anger at her. He said the lesson to be learned here is much bigger than this one moment. Joe.
Now, if I can find...
And Danielle, are the police investigating?
Yes, Ingram filed a police report, he said, so that this incident would be documented. He said he told police that he was fearful about what might have happened if they had been called, and they were able to reassure him. He said it was a very productive conversation on that front. And according to APD, they're investigating, but no charges have been filed.
All right, Daniela, thank you.
No, you mean all police aren't bad? Oh, my goodness. All police aren't bad? Is this the commercial that they had?
More than the challenges I face. I am here and I am not alone. Connection is my solution.
Your life matters. If you or someone you know needs help, contact the Crisis Text Line or the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
Yeah, please do. I don't mind that running in my video. Please do. If you're having trouble with mental issues, especially during this lockdown and during the coronavirus itself, please reach out and get help from professionals who can help you. Now, like I said, I have a solution. Something you can do in the meantime if you need to run while black. And I'm not saying you should do this all the time. I do it because my allergies and stuff get to me. And this solution will help though. This is something that you can do that will really help battle against running online, and running while black. So let's take a look at what one of my proposed solutions is. This is one solution to jogging while black, is to get a treadmill and jog. When you're on a treadmill, you don't have to worry about Karens and other crazy people or dogs chasing you and bothering you and disturbing your run, while you could even jog while you're watching television. Yeah, so get a treadmill. Get a treadmill. You don't have to deal with fools. You can run. And, I don't run inside 100% of the time. I run inside 99.9% of the time. When I first started running on the treadmill, it was because I was being attacked by people that were the same color as me or their dogs. Okay? It's just easy. But you know what? That might not even work in the long run, because then if people find out that black people are ordering treadmills, if some racists find out, then they might stop selling treadmills to black people. You never know. But anyway, so running on a treadmill will help with that. I know you can't always be someplace where you can run on a treadmill. So I would still recommend that. That's a good investment, and that way you don't have to worry about fools while you're just trying to break a sweat. And if you go to like your gym or community center and run on a treadmill, somebody's harassing you, you can go to the desk and tell the people that work at the gym or the community center that somebody's harassing you while you're just trying to work out. And you may be able to get help that way. And some of these community centers have law enforcement that like to come through there every once in a while. So you may be able to get them to help you if you're being harassed. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share some people like to talk about the martial arts in peace. And as always, thank you for your time.
With Cecil.